Back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show, Raelynn is here from Central Valley Electric Cooperative. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are things?
Good. I'm liking this little bit of cloud coverage we have this morning.
It is. I just wish it would produce some rain out of it.
Yeah.
You know, we could use some rain, but
yeah.
Anyway, it is. I was supposed to mention Big O Tires celebrating their 60th anniversary with a special sale. Get $100 instant savings when you buy a set of 4 Big O Tire brand tires now through August 21st. And Big O Tires is in Roswell on North Main and on National Parks Highway in Carlsbad.
Awesome.
So there we go. I got to mention that. Almost forgot. Any more peak days coming up? How are they doing on that?
We haven't had one in a while. We think we had one last week, but you never know.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily what the weather here is doing. It's a whole region.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I was going to ask you, and you've touched on this before, and we've talked about it before, with the price of energy and people getting their utility bills. There's a lot of folks that are calling or thinking about calling or responding to calls from solar companies. So,
yes, I've had an increase in solar calls.
Okay.
This summer for sure.
Yeah.
So, if you are a member of Central Valley Electric and you are interested in getting quotes or looking at installing solar, please just call us first. That way we can kind of tell you the process that we have. We can let you know that there's a new rate that people that install renewable energy is on. That rate was put into effect April 1st. And the solar company that you're working with may not know that. And that could affect the economics of the payback for you or whatever on your solar. And just give us a call back. That way you kind of know what to expect from us as your utility, and we know that you're interested, and we just recommend for anybody, just do your homework on that company. There are some good solar companies out there, but there are some out there that are just looking to make a quick buck. And so just make sure that you're doing your due diligence on researching the company. Get more than one quote, and if they tell you that they can get rid of your utility bill, that's not the case.
Right. Because the rate that you're talking about was put in because even though a customer may put in all of the wind or the solar or geothermal or a combination of all those and say, okay, I don't have an electric bill, stop sending me stuff. The wires that go to their house are still there. The infrastructure that will be there in case it's needed at some point in the future is still there. And
two, with solar, the sun doesn't shine all the time. The wind doesn't blow all the time. So there are times that you will need to purchase some of your power from us. And so we have to bill you for that.
Right. And so that's what that charge covers.
You could generate enough solar energy that you're selling it back to us, and we're buying that back, and then you've got a credit on your bill. So then you wouldn't have to worry about that, but that doesn't happen instantly.
Right.
So
do those things accumulate? In other words, and I may be getting in, like if I put all this stuff in and I have enough generated that it's being bought back from me, does that kind of sit there, and then if I do have a charge or is it just on a month-to-month basis, whatever happens?
So if you do generate more than you use, we do purchase that back at our avoided fuel cost, and that changes monthly, and so we do purchase that back. So then we just put that as a credit on your bill.
Okay.
Now, if you build up enough of a credit month after month that you're carrying a credit on your bill, then when we send out a bill for whatever you may have purchased, or the fuel cost adjustment, the service availability charge, things like that, then we just take that off of that credit.
Okay.
So
the credit will keep adding up over time, but the charges that you may incur each month are going to happen every month. But over time, you may do that.
Right.
Have there been some customers that have been able to get to the point that they're generating more than what they're...
We do. We have a handful that we purchase power back from every month.
Okay.
And they're carrying a credit on their bill.
Yeah.
But like I said, that doesn't happen overnight, and it just depends on the size of your system, how well it works, and you know, there's a lot of factors involved.
Well, there's and just throwing some solar panels on the back roof.
And it totally depends on your usage, how many people you have in the house, because the number of more people you have in the house, of course, the more power you're going to use. So, you know, I can think of one member that we purchase power back from quite regular. There's just 2 people in the house. And they're retired, and so they may travel more and may not be at home some of the time, and things like that. So living situations and circumstances kind of
has an impact.
It does
on all
have
that.
an impact on that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you getting more and more interest from folks that are they're making upgrades, or they're inquiring about making upgrades because maybe have invested in an electric vehicle?
We have not.
Okay.
We have not had any calls like that, to my knowledge.
Right.
So.
Because usually in that instance, if you buy one of those, you've got to upgrade your electrical at the house in order to be able to.
Depending on the age of the home, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So something else to think about. Well, that
Right.
may be happening in the future too, as
might.
more and more of those vehicles become available
Right.
for people to want to buy. So
Yep.
it'll be interesting to see how that winds up going. In the meantime, we're still dealing with the hot temperatures and having to be as efficient as possible.
Yes,
And
absolutely. You know, I'm still, you know, I know for me and maybe some other families, you know, in the area, with school starting, you may not have people in the house all day long now. So you can, if you have a programmable thermostat, you can reprogram that to people being gone all day. I know, you know, school starts tomorrow here in Artesia, so I get to reprogram my thermostat.
yeah,
And that should help. And turning off, I won't have lights on in the house all day long. I won't have TVs or, you know, different things going
yeah.
all day long. So that kids getting back into school can kind of help maybe lower people's
A little bit
a
anyway.
little bit, lower their power bill for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, and most people, I think, have upgraded their TVs, so they have more efficient televisions now that don't
Right.
use as much electricity, but they still use some.
They do, absolutely.
You can.
And if you leave them on all the time, and you're not in there watching it, I see that a lot in my own home.
Yeah.
TVs are on and not a soul in sight.
or I'm laying on the sofa sleeping. The TV
yes.
goes off. Hey, I'm watching that.
Yes.
So you've got some of that. But even if you replace all your lights with LED lights, there's still energy being used to light the LED lights.
Absolutely.
It's less than the others, but it's still energy.
Right. If it's on, it's using power.
Check your filters and your
Check your filters.
furnaces and air
Absolutely.
conditioners
Yes.
and
Yeah.
all that good
Especially
stuff.
since it's still so stinking dry around here,
Yep.
and a lot of dirt in the air, and
Well, they keep threatening us with rain, and it keeps
I
looking
know.
like we might get some rain, but I don't know.
I need to go wash my car.
I did that. When did I do that? Over the weekend.
It didn't work. There weren't enough of us that did it.
No. Did we get some rain here about a week ago or so?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, I had washed the car the night before.
Oh, okay.
And because it was really dirty from being back and forth at the fairgrounds.
Right.
I thought, I've got to wash this thing off. It's not going to rain.
Right.
And I
I
washed it
just-
off, and it did that night.
Yep.
So
Mine's filthy, so I need to go and wash
All right,
mine, and
so-
maybe we can get some rain.
today is Wash Your Car Day.
Yes, and maybe we'll get rain.
That's right. Well, with back to school, and I know this is a program you and I think PBT does this, your Safe Haven program.
Yes, so we do. We've partnered with PBT, and we have for years and years and years with our Safe Haven program. So I know PBT has got license plates with the Safe Haven logo on their logoed vehicles, and at CVE we've got bumper stickers, usually on the back bumper and on the front bumper, that say Safe Haven. And that's just so, it's not just for kids, but it's for anybody who may need help.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe somebody's got a flat tire, or their cell phone is dead and they need to get a hold of somebody, or even for kids if they're lost or somebody's following them and they don't feel safe, if they see a PVT or a CVE vehicle with that Safe Haven logo on it, it is a safe place to approach. And those employees have got radios, they've got cell phones, they can help out in any way they can.
Yeah. So
That's just a thing that we've done for the community for, like I said, years and years. I think it started back in the early 80s.
yeah.
And
So with back to school and
right.
parents taking kids to school, or kids being dropped off from
Right.
their buses, walking back to their...
Or just walking home from school,
Yeah.
if they don't feel comfortable for whatever reason and need to get a hold of a parent, they can definitely approach a vehicle with a Safe Haven bumper sticker.
It's a good
Yeah.
good thing to note.
Absolutely.
All right. Is there anything else? We've got a couple of minutes left here.
Well,
we need to
with
mention.
school starting, I know CVE, we are a big supporter of all the schools in our service territory.
Mm-hmm.
And so we will start calling and scheduling our electrical safety demonstrations. We do that for the 5th grade. We do it in all the elementary schools in Roswell, Dexter, Hagerman, Lake Arthur, and Artesia. So
Okay.
that keeps us pretty busy in the fall. And we love getting out and talking to the kids and getting their reaction and hopefully teaching them to stay safe around that electricity. So
Yeah.
that's a free service that we provide. We also can provide that for businesses. We have a larger arcing demonstration that we take to a lot of oil and gas companies, and we've taken it to first responders and things like that. And so we also have that one available. And again, that's a free service that we provide just to teach people about the dangers of electricity.
Yep.
I always tell people electricity is a very, very useful tool, and we use it every single day and don't even realize it. And you don't realize it until your power goes out.
That's right. And then you go, "Where's my power?"
Exactly.
Or if there's been bad storms and there's
Right.
lines down and you come up on a situation.
Right.
You know.
So even though it's a very, very useful tool, it can be a deadly one as well if you don't know how and when to be safe around it.
So if you are a teacher or run a business with a lot of employees that are exposed to that potential
Right.
situation, get a hold of Raelynn and
Yep.
CVE,
Give
and
us a call and we will come and do our safety demonstration for you.
that'd be great. I don't know if you heard the shocking news this morning.
I don't know.
I had Ryder on the phone, and he said he's retired from Waterboy.
Right?
He's living in Roswell,
Right.
and he may have to root for Goddard.
Well, if he does, he used to give me so much grief when I would wear my Goddard Rocket shirt one time a year,
Yeah,
and I would wear orange the rest of it.
yeah,
So I might have to give old Ryder Buck a hard time for that one.
yeah.
But, that's what you do when you move to that town. You kind of get involved with those,
this is true.
those sports. I mean, that's kind of what I've done, except for the one year that they played Goddard.
No, I totally understand. But it was kind of a shock to me. I had to check my heart rate just to
Oh,
make
yeah,
sure. 'Cause
make sure, yeah. Did you have him repeat that?
He did.
He.
And we have it on recording,
Oh,
and
good.
Jeffrey's going to post it here a little bit
good,
later on.
good.
So
All right.
get ready, Ryder. You're going to get some calls from folks.
Ryder's a good fan. It doesn't matter who he's rooting for. He's a great loyal fan, whether it's the Bulldogs or whoever he decides to root on.
That's right. And he did say that when it comes time to the game at the Wool Bowl on the 21st,
He will be in orange.
he will be in orange.
See?
Yep. So
It can happen.
he understands.
Right.
All right. Well, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
All right. Thank you.
That's it for the show today. Clay and Buck are next.